half-time. Katie Blueser, we saw definitely lit up for a while there in the second quarter, but statistically, not too kind to her at this stage. Yeah. I really thought as her intensity lifted, the Falcons actually lifted with her, so no doubt she'll play a part here in the second half. And Meg Keppel's finished, or continuing on from her fantastic work last week on the boards, and she got 4 defensive boards already at half time.
Yeah, so that was just a query about the timings on the game, and the entire league's moved to 24 and 14 this year, haven't they, Andrew? So that's what you're playing in Div 1 this year.
Yeah, Div 1 down at the old Chelsea Gulls.
And so what have you got on this weekend?
We are against the Blackburn Vikings tomorrow at the old Baronia Stadium, and we're trying to bounce back from a reasonably disappointing first outing last week against Southern Peninsula.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing like a good wake-up call to start a season, and hopefully we're going to heed that call tomorrow and come out with a good performance.
And you've got an import playing for you this year, haven't you?
Yeah, well, we've only really seen his work on the training floor so far as he's getting his visa stuff worked out, so I'm not sure if we're going to get him to suit up tomorrow or not. But Corey Standifer, who fans of the Big V will know well from his work with Bulleen the last couple of years, is coming down to play with us, and we're sure he's going to have a big impact.
Yeah, so, and what have you found you had to match up against him on the training court?
Luckily, I probably just miss him by one spot. He's running the 3-4 on normally down to the 5, but he is just instant offense. He will catch the ball and he'll make a move and find a way to score more often than not. But he's capable of doing it within the half-court structure, which is what you want from your star players. They'll run the sets, and when it's time for them to do their thing, they'll do it and they'll make it work.
What's your name?
Alia. But I'm not doing the floor wiping.
No.
A-A-L-I-A. Dawson.
Okay, so and over there in the bench we have Mike Bullock, the General Manager of the Waverley Basketball Association. He's come down to check it out. Mind you, Brendan Gordon in his first year is doing a reasonable job along the way.
It's been a good start from Brendan Gordon. He got the 1-point win down at Patterson River on opening weekend, and a tough game last week, but they've come out and they've really fought hard in the second half, and I reckon he'll be really happy with the way they've stuck around in this game.
Yes, certainly doesn't help to have your head coach Ilya Pelianis sort of hanging over the top of the thing, but
no, those are two coaches that have spent a lot of time together in the last 2 or 3 years with the senior women's team, and as we see Meg Keppel with the nice inside catch and finish. Sally Raymond cleans up another rebound.
She does indeed.
Falcons really taken the initiative early in this term. A couple of stops and a couple of nice looks offensively.
Yeah, they only just lost that second quarter by a point.
I think if they can just tighten the screws a little bit, looking after the ball and taking good shots in the half court and prevent Dandenong from getting out on the break, they'll find themselves in the thick of this game.
So Zali misses the second. And McCorkle with another 2.
It's her first bucket since quarter time, and the Falcons will be hoping that she doesn't have a similar influence to what she had in the first quarter.
She playing in the Siebel team as well? Is she setting up for them?
I'm not sure. The Siebel starts this weekend, I believe, so I'll be looking forward to seeing if she's getting some minutes with the senior girls at Dandenong.
That foul was for number 34, Sarah Slater, and that's her 4th personal.
So Sarah will probably be taking a break in the not too distant future. The coach...
Right. Looks like he's thinking about it, but he hasn't pulled the trigger on it just yet.
No, I think he's still trying to work out whether he's going to say anything to the refs or not.
If he doesn't, the scorers will, apparently.
Yeah, the scorers are still having trouble adjusting to the resets. So it looks like this time the Falcons are going to... Oh no, they're winding it down. Bad pass from the Falcons, intercepted by Dandenong, and their quick transition almost results in a basket. Michaela Miller being chased very hard. She spins around, gets away from the opposition. Zali Raymond with the pass from Maria and back to her. Maria misses the basket and fouls.
That was a personal foul, number 7, Maria Novakutis. And so into the game for the Waverley Falcons.
Just a second on Nomakutis, but Coach Brendan Gordon's going to give her a spell. Sam Lambie comes in.
Yeah, the Falcons are also probably missing Chloe Betts at the moment too.
Chloe Betts doing some very nice work in the under-18 VC team. Hopefully we'll see some action from her in the Big Youth Championship at some point this season.
Yeah, she's probably the player that would be best matched against McCorkle.
Yeah,
she's
a big, strong body, and she loves to get up and down the floor. Really good runner for her size, and would be a very good matchup for McCorkle, I'd imagine.
San Lambie, recipient of Zali Raymond's outlet pass. She doesn't manage to get the ball inside. Stolen by Olivia Luttrell, who finishes off with a layup. Fairly easy layup on that one. Miss from Lambie. Rebound, however, for the Falcons. And Miller's jumper misses.
And once again, the Rangers create a numbers advantage down the floor, and that is a nice spin move there. That's from Keely Patterson, putting the ball on the floor and getting to the ring.
Yeah. Zali Raymond, recipient of a good bounce pass from Miller.
Just quality transition play from both teams here, pushing the ball, but the defensive transition leaving a little to be desired.
Well, that was definitely a travel, but Falcons left the gate wide open on that one.
It's a shame they call those ones. I'd probably still be playing in the state championship if that was allowed.
Miller crosses the court, kicks it weak side. 3 to go. Miller for the three-point shot. Hits the rim. McCorkle gets the rebound. Kicks it out to Olivia Luttrell, who brings it hard down the floor. Skips it across. Extra pass, and there's a three-point shot that's gone in from Keely Patterson. That is a clinic. Beautiful ball movement there. And
they
again,
forced another turnover.
Yeah. And a foul on the layup.
This is definitely shades of last week's game here for the Falcons youth women. The third quarter really the one where it got away from them. They need to find a way here to hang tough and take care of the ball a bit better and not allow Dandenong to get on the break the way they are.
One shot.
Sally Raymond going nearly all the way. She gets the ball inside to Mani Kinistru. The right-hand hook shot doesn't come off, and
Emily Ryder grabbing that board is getting perilously close to being on triple-double watch at this stage. By my count, she's got 8.7 assists and 5 rebounds. Very handy game.
And Miller gets the rebound, but gets it stolen. Again, there's Olivia Luttrell showing how it's done. Miller gets back to defend her. And the ball over the top from
That was Emily Ryder again
yeah.
there.
Miller, a little runner, and the block.
And that's the sort of calls you get when you push the ball offensively and force the D to get back and cover.
That foul is quarter number 5, Olivia Luttrell. That's her third.
And Sarah Slater, I think, thought it was on herself there.
It's pretty unusual you see a coach leave a player in with 4 fouls in the third, but obviously you trust her to not pick up that fifth. And I guess while they've got a reasonable buffer like they've got, you can afford to take some luxuries.
Yes, I think the sub is just about to happen. Julia Cowell with the rebound, and she's fouled this time by...
There she is. Yep.
Sarah Slater.
You play with fire, you're going to get burnt.
Foul number 34, Sarah Slater. And that's her fifth.
San Lambie bringing it down. I rather think that Dandenong's actually worked out the offense.
This is what they need. They need to get out and they need to run and try and score in transition.
And that's a much better basket.
Very nice short jumper there from Michaela Miller. Comes about with the big run in the middle of the floor and occupying that defender. Gave Michaela Miller space to pull up and finish that one. You need multiple people running the floor and they need to run their lanes.
And Miller playing great defense there as well. On
Fantastic
the way
work defending off that ball screen.
And she's moving the ball really well. Back to Miller from, she pulls up. Oh, in and out. Ball came out a bit flat out of her hands there.
And a timeout has been called by the Waverley Falcons.
Timeout to the Waverley Falcons, and we'll take the little break as well. Okay, so coming back out of the timeouts, Falcons are looking down the barrel at this point in time, although they keep on coming back at the Rangers. as well.
There's no doubt in the Falcons have a good run left in them, but the trouble's going to be that if they find themselves down around the 20-point mark at three-quarter time, that run might not get them too far. They really need to find a way to chip away at this and get it as close to, if not in single figures, a three-quarter time, and give themselves a legitimate chance of trying to get back in the game.
Certainly do.
That is a very nicely executed back pick there from the Rangers. McCorkle on the glass. Very nicely run out of a time out there.
And she's also picked up a foul, so this is going to be a three-point play.
Points counted. McCorkle for 1.
And no mistake on that one. Marley Kermich-Drew.
Good things coming for the Falcons when they're able to reverse the ball in the half court. It's opening up the driving lane, and Marley Kermich-Drew taking full advantage there with a nice little runner down the lane.
That foul was called number 24, Sam Lambie. That's her 4th personal.
Sam Lambie's picked up her 4th. Her and Katie Blues are both on the floor right now with 4 fouls for the Falcons. McCorkle looks pretty intent on getting this one finished as close to three-quarter time as possible. She's taken over the game once again. That being said,
Blueser goes inside. Great pass into Cal, but Cal was not able to keep hold of it. And another foul there from Kermich-Drew.
Olivia Luttrell for the Rangers has displayed a pretty uncanny knack of being able to just get in and under and rip the ball out of the Falcons' hands, especially this quarter. She's 2 or 3 times she's been able to get 2 hands on it and rip it away when it looks like the Falcons had clear possession.
Well, it was a great pass from Blueser there too. It came out with a great deal of force, and it was straight to the hands of her teammate. But
McCorkle again on the boards with the finish.
so that gives her 17 points, I think, doesn't it?
17, and a nice little double-double before three-quarter time from McCorkle, which is always the sign that you've had a very effective game.
Kermich-Drew managed to get the steal. Back to Nicolaitis. Again, bad pass.
Olivia Luttrell is just all over the ball defensively.
Yeah, but Maria there was, she was looking where she was going to pass it all the time. She telegraphed that. That's one thing that the younger players have got to learn, is to
absolutely
to find some way to not indicate what it is that they're going to do.
Nice interior passing there from the Falcons. Gets Meg Keppel a nice little bucket.
Great defense from Zali. That time McCorkle just under enough pressure that she overshot the basket, and Falcons come up with the ball.
I have a feeling that McCorkle's going to be a tough cover for anyone in this league one-on-one in the post, and Zali Raymond doing quite well at this stage.
3-point from Blueser.
And she gets the steal as well. And that offensive foul, unfortunately for Blueser, will be her 5th. And she will exit the game.
Subs into the game with Dandenong Rangers, and for the Waverley Falcons, it's number 22, Michaela Miller.
Wouldn't be too many times that we see players on either team foul out before three-quarter time. just goes to show how differently they're calling it this year, and that it will take a few weeks, I think, for players to adjust to it.
Yeah, and coaches too, I think.
Definitely. You can't assume a player's not going to pick up the fifth. You might just be in the wrong place at the wrong time and get one.
Yeah.
As Olivia Luttrell found herself just then.
That was quarter number 5, Olivia Luttrell, and that's her 4th. Falcons for 2 shots.
So Michaela Miller at the line. Again, she's usually a pretty good foul shooter. Having said that,
she came through for you on that occasion. The commentator's curse not taking
well,
effect.
ex-coach's curse, thank you. So I've coached her for a number of years. So it would be
Timberwolves junior, Michaela Miller, at
yes.
the domestic here at Waverley.
Yes, viewers will see the Timberwolves signs every now and then as we float around.
They're under 12 girls, not able to get the job done today in the semi-final, unfortunately, so they get grand final off next week, and so do I.
Yes, coaches often will say it's a bonus for them that they didn't get the game, but I think that's just...
I would never turn down a chance to be involved in a grand final at any level.
Yeah, that's one of the things that that a lot of parents don't realise is that it is really, really hard at any level to make finals, and extremely hard to make the grand final.
Absolutely.
So great defence there from the Falcons. Unfortunately, they haven't followed it up with the getting the defensive rebounds.
The Rangers not electing to hold the ball out for the last shot there, and the Falcons able to get to the line. And Michaela Miller again. Yeah,
that was her ex-football skills coming in there, putting the body in.
And as good as Dandenong's looked for much of this quarter, a couple of free throws here will take the Falcons back to 11.
Well, at this stage they're 17-18, so they've only lost the quarter by a basket so far. And Michaela has let me down on that one. Yes, I'd love to say I was her only coach, but she's had quite a number along the way, including Brian Gorgon at Box Hill Secondary.
Well, that's a pretty good name to have yours alongside.
Yeah. And so, by my count, that should be honours even in this quarter. So, really, it's been that first quarter that's done all the damage to the Falcons along the way. And we'll be back shortly. All right, Andrew. Any particular people that players that you've want to highlight as we go along, or any of the stats, but that you see are particularly important? Stumped you, have I? Well, there you go. Perhaps you want to run through the stats very quickly for us as we get
certainly
on.
I'll be happy to run through some stats. Sorry, I was just working on my dancing moves there for a good time. Look, field goal percentage has been a problem for the Falcons the entire game. It's really been a case of struggling to score in the half court, but looking okay on the break. And they're shooting at 29% at three-quarter time. The Rangers slightly better at 38%. The free throw shooting for the Rangers has taken a fairly sharp dive. They're only 11 of 20 from the line, and you look at the Falcons hanging around in this game. A couple more made free throws may well have extinguished those flames, but as we are at the moment, the Falcons just hanging around, and 10 minutes to play, down 12.
Yeah, so not too bad at this stage. So Brendan would be reasonably comfortable with that. Although that lack of defence there probably would not thrill him at all.
Yeah, you need to come out switched on for that first defensive possession if you're trying to make a run back into the game, and that was a reasonably easy sidestep layup there for Emily Ryder.
Travel.
Falcons looking like they've come out in a bit of a 2-3 zone to start the quarter.
Subbing in for the Waverley Falcons is Sam Lambie, number 24.
Sam Lambie comes in for Marley Koenig-Drew, and the Falcons go with a bit of a smaller lineup, which I guess they feel they can get away with here while they sit in the 2-3 zone, and should hopefully open up some scoring options. But as we say that, the Rangers able to step out and knock the 3-point field goal as Keely Patterson knocking it down from range. Always a risk when you fall back to the zone that you're going to allow shooters to get open, and Michaela Miller at the other end tries to convert from the 3-point line, not able to on that occasion. And that is just a super post move, not able to finish there from McCorkle, but the nice up and under. And her good work is followed in by Patterson with the 2.
Both teams coming out with a bit of energy this quarter. They have some key players off the court already with being fouled off. And the foul this time, I think, on Zali.
Moving screen there called on Zali Raymond, and I have to be honest, if that moving screen is getting called, we might see quite a few moving screens be called. The feet probably weren't quite set. But, you're going to have attention to detail when you're setting picks and make sure that you're not moving at all. The Falcons not able to send any help on that on-ball screen. Olivia Luttrell gets down the middle for a relatively easy layup.
Yeah, well, they didn't switch on it.
No switch and no split one on that occasion either.
And down the other end, we have exactly the same sort of foul. A little bit of body contact in there that was refs considered to be illegal. And Maria falls over her own feet.
No body contact on that one.
No, but she fouls down the other end. She should have left that one alone. Just given that one away, I think. Oops.
It's going to be a tough year, I think, for the Falcons point guards. We see Nomakudis handles the ball a lot, Michaela Miller handles a fair bit. They're also called upon to do a fair bit of scoring, which is going to be tough for any point guard when you've got to handle the ball, get the team organised, and also take a lot of the offensive burden, but it's going to be great for their development.
So that was a 3-point play. Yeah, Miller's better in the two spot.
She's really coming to her own as a very good scoring guard, Michaela Miller.
Yeah.
Just a matter of who's going to handle the ball in this second unit for the Falcons. It might be Renee Fijo or Sam Lambie that takes the reins at the point and allows Michaela Miller to run the lanes and score a bit more.
And there's a timeout to, looks like it was to the Falcons, I think.
Yeah, timeout to the Falcons. They found themselves down 24 now, 2.5 minutes into the last quarter, and they'll really be wanting to fight this game out well. Dandenong's always going to be a tough matchup in this league, and you want to make sure you've taken something positive out of the game, which I think for after the first quarter they really have so far, so it's important that they finish off that good work.
Okay, ref's going to get the players now. Coming back in again.
Some nice individual games being put together in this one. We've talked about McCorkle for a lot of the night. She's got 17 and 10 on 7 of 12 shooting from the field. She's been very, very effective. Emily Ryder's come in and had a nice 12 points, 8 assists and 5 rebounds. And Olivia Luttrell's flown under the radar a little bit until the second half. 8 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists and 5 steals. As we see McCorkle again go to work inside.
Yeah, quite like Fijo. She's a South Australian. Moved over here to Victoria for study, and landed a spot with the Falcons. But I think she's a player that's going to need to get a fair bit of court time to build her confidence.
Yeah, I've seen some of her work in Wednesday night training sessions, and she's definitely got a few strings to her bow, and I'm sure as the season goes on we're going to see a full array of what she's capable of doing.
And the 15-year-old Olivia Rogers is on the floor.
A player you're definitely quite familiar with?
Yes, she was one of my under-16s last year, so she's bottom age 18.
Fantastic to see the young players at the Falcons getting a run here in the senior teams.
And she came out and had limited minutes last week, but ended up with 100% shooting.
She might be tempted not to shoot one this week.
Well, 1 from 1 it was, as McCorkle misses but gets her own rebound and puts it in.
McCorkle just adding to her impressive line tonight.
Falcons running flex again. Rogers got the ball at the top of the key. Gets it across. It's 2 seconds. Ball's got to go up. Kernish-Drew puts it up, but it misses the ring. And it's quick transition down the floor from much stronger and older Rangers. So the rotation that the Rangers have got on is a particularly experienced group. The youngest player on their squad is only 17, so they've got an average age there of looks like to be about 19, I'd say.
It's a really nice group the Rangers have got together here. I'm not sure what happened in the first round down at Patterson River, but they look every bit the team that went on that nice long undefeated streak last year and made it all the way through to the grand final.
For 2 shots.
So Kernish-Drew at the stripe.
Kernish-Drew, one of those players that has the potential on any given night to really go off and put up some nice numbers. Hasn't really got into a rhythm so far in this one. But there is a lot to like about her game.
So subs for the Rangers as Genevieve Mucha comes on. Rangers are quite relaxed at this point. They know they've got the game in the bag.
Emily Ryder steps out. Nice mid-range jumper.
Good screen. Olivia Rogers with the rebound. And Abby Lloyd.
2 points, number 30, Julia Cowell.
Sorry, Julia Cowell.
Julia Cowell. Abby will be seeing her in the next game.
Yeah. She's on the sheet for today, but has she been on the floor? I can't remember.
Nah, she hasn't set it up with the youth for this one today.
Yeah. And it's good to see some of the older girls already coming and watching the end of this game. Got Sally Lang there.
This is our second women's doubleheader here at Waverley we've had this season, and there's been a real nice atmosphere around both of them. I think there's a lot of excitement around the Falcons program this year.
Well, last game on Sunday we had over 240 people here in the stadium, which for a
Definitely
first round game, and for the girls' games as well, that was probably a record for us.
Yeah, and they were treated to quite a contest as well, the Falcons and McKinnon Cougars last week.
Yeah, well,
right down deep into the fourth quarter, that one.
If the quality of that game is how great pass in there from Michaela Miller.
That is nice offense from the Falcons, not quite able to finish on that occasion. Yeah,
if the senior women can play with that level of intensity during the game, it's as good as any of the.
I don't think there's too often you could walk away from a round one game saying it was finals intensity, but that was definitely one that you could really feel there was a finals intensity out there, and I wouldn't be surprised if we saw those two teams go at it later in August this season.
We would hope that that's the case, because there's a great rivalry between the two, and it's ended up being a very friendly rivalry too.
Yeah.
Oh, good work from Sam Lambie getting the ball into the post. Unfortunately, Julia Cow was not able to get the basket.
I like what the Falcons are doing here at the end of this game. They're not going to be able to get back in and affect the result, but it's important that some of the bigger players really get a bit of confidence and look to score the ball, and they're making a point of getting the ball inside. Julia Cow's had a couple of deep catches now this quarter, and I think it's important you get those kids going, because they're going to help you win games in the next few weeks.
Certainly are. That was interesting. The refs, one of the refs called a foul and the other one overrode it. And that's a good sign too, to see two Falcons players actually trying to get that rebound.
Falcons do a good job of crashing the boards
and
running the floor in transition.
Much better movement. They're just, sometimes they're crowding themselves up a bit. Another rebound from Olivia Rogers. That's her second. Miss from Sam Lambie. And Olivia gets back down, and look at that.
There's nothing like the young players coming in with energy at the end of a game. That is what the coaches want to see when they put these guys in. You need to come out, you need to play hard and stake your case for maybe a few more minutes next game.
Yeah. One thing that Sam needs to work on is making certain that she gets that pass to where she wants it to go. That's the third turnover she's had. Like that. And another rebound from Olivia Rogers. Great move, great ball movement. Straight into deep corner. Michaela Miller, that's one of her favourite things to do, is to take them on, drive through traffic, and she's very happy to pick up the foul shots.
Looks very comfortable catching the ball on the wing in transition. She can put on the floor, create a shot.
One out of two. .246 to go.
The Rangers probably just trying to be a little bit too creative with the ball inside the paint there. Get called for the 3-second violation.
Good screen. Lambie kicks it out to Miller. Miller for the three-point attempt, and is good.
That is nice from the Falcons.
Called a 2 by the refs.
Just called the D2. Sam Lambie attacks off the ball screen, draws Michaela Miller's man, and Michaela obliges by knocking down the deep jumper.
Yeah, if you give her room, bit of room and let her set herself. She's absolutely deadly from just about anywhere outside the 3-point line.
Yeah, she's had double-figure scoring now in the second consecutive game, and that's great to see from her.
Koenigsdrew, great little floater.
Penetration and score there from Maxwell.
Yeah, Koenigsdrew was not wanting to foul. She pulled out at the last minute on that. Miller coming off the screen. Pass too hot for Rogers to handle. Just enough body work there from Koenigsdrew, forced the pass and forced the shot over the ring. And the Falcons have come up with the ball, but unfortunately a loose pass has turned it over again. Sometimes that's one of the other things, is the girls get they get panicky about getting the pass out rather than just controlling it and holding it, getting it under the chin and the body.
Definitely. And I think a lot of that might be a product of the just the pressure that Dandenong's been putting on the whole game has made the Falcons feel probably a little bit more teams will do to you.
Natalie Varaga misses the first shot, misses the ring. And the second shot missed as well, but it falls into Dandenong's hand. And there's a 3-point attempt.
That is a deep three.
Deep three. So after two quarters of extremely competitive basketball, Falcons are finding this one to be a bit of a annus horribilis.
The fourth quarter has been a struggle. I think we can see now why so many teams have trouble with the Rangers. They will just keep pressuring the whole game, and eventually they're gonna break it open. But the Falcons definitely some positives over those middle two quarters, and I think Brendan Gordon will be quite happy with some aspects of that game, but understand that to compete with these top-end teams, a bit more work's required.
And again, considering that there's probably an 18-month averaged age difference between the two teams, it's actually not a bad outcome.
Not bad at all. I'm not sure if these teams play each other again later this season, but that will be really interesting to see if the Falcons can make inroads as Michaela Miller finishes the game with a big three.
And that almost keeps it within 20 points, so but not quite. So Waverley finish 61 to Dandenong 83. A great hit out from both teams, but unfortunately Dandenong way too strong. And from what we've seen of the opposition so far, the other teams, they're certainly going to be the team to beat again.
Certainly. Probably ruining their grand final loss last season, but they're looking every bit the goods to make amends for that this time around.
All right, we'll take a break and we'll be back with the state champ women's games in about half an hour.